You know, folks, it's been 20 years since we've played the Mish, Mishawaka, Fort Collins, Colorado. Those shows were legendary. Ironically, it's been about 20 years since we've done a podcast, but, we did 3 this year. So this is number 4, 2021. And this is the Touchdowns All Day with John Barber podcast. And we're back, folks. We're going to try and make this work. We're going back to all audio. We're ditching the video for a little bit. And we just want to keep it simple, and we just want to make sure that we're doing some kind of podcasting because, frankly, I'm having a lot of conversations with the band where I'm supposed to be listening to these jams. And here we are listening to jams. And that's what this podcast is for, is you and me listening to jams together. That's what we do. That's what this podcast is all about. And sometimes we try and turn it into something else. Sometimes we really, really try and take this podcast and make a show business thing out of it. And, because we just do that naturally. But honestly, the root of the matter with the podcast is it's listening to the jams and talking about it with you guys, wherever you decide to listen to this podcast, on your podcast app, on Spotify. If you go to the touchdownsallday.com website and listen on the audio players there, you can listen to the jams with your favorite guitar player, John Barber. That is me. Here we are. We are back. Welcome to the podcast, folks. We are very excited to be podcasting on the Osiris Podcast Network. Those guys have been doing great, and everything is very exciting right now. The band just came off of a couple shows at the Mish that were so good that I decided to come home and do a podcast. I have Derek Haviland here helping me make this podcast go, and we are going to make a great episode for you today. We are going to listen to Saturday night's second set jams from this past Mishawaka show. Which, when I walked off stage, everybody seemed very happy. So I'm assuming these jams are pretty good. We haven't listened to these jams yet. Also, these jams are from a bootleg board copy that Whit gave to us. And we can in no way vouch for the sound quality or anything. So we're basically just throwing on this underground biscuit stuff for y'all to listen to. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be good. So here we go. Saturday Night Mish, random jams that we chose. It's great to be back. I'm happy to be podcasting. I miss the podcast when we don't do it, ironically. There's something about this format that I dig. And, here we are. We're listening to music together. Probably take this podcast to the point where it becomes show business again, and then we'll freak out and lose interest because it takes so much time when it becomes show business. It's crazy. A lot of you guys were in line at the Mish, and I was walking by with my baby kid River. I was showing him, the parking lot, and there's a Mishawaka story that I started this podcast with, which was about sitting in the lot and listening to music with everybody. And, how it is easy as a performer to get separated from the music that you make because sometimes you want to listen to other stuff. It's hard to stay deep in your own creation. And when you're the Disco Biscuits and you're constantly creating new, different stuff, it's really hard to remember to listen to everything. It's like when you play Zelda, you can either go beat the main dude or you can sit around for 60 years of your life playing all the other stuff. There's even memes about it. So I feel the same way with the Biscuits. There's like side quest jams all over the place in the Biscuits, and it's really hard to get around to listening to all of them. So what we do with this podcast is we boil them down into a digest and get them ready for you, and that's what we've done. So it was cool to be full circle at the Mish. It was cool to have River there. A lot of you guys met River. He's gone to 16 Disco Biscuit shows at this point, so he's basically a veteran and probably gone to any other fan base. I would say he's gone to more shows than anyone else in the fan base. But in Disco Biscuits fan base, everybody's been to at least 16 shows, right? Have you been to 16 shows? Most people are over 20 shows, maybe over 25 shows. If you're under that many shows, you are undershowed, and you need to service that immediately and get yourselves to some concerts. I'll give you some examples right now. You can see the Disco Biscuits October 28th through 30 at Brooklyn Bowl, Las Vegas. Those are late shows. If you don't have tickets to the November 19 to 21 CAVErns show in Pelham, Tennessee, well, that's sold out already, so you can't go to those till we do it again, and we probably will never do it again. So then you have November 26th and 27th. We're playing at the Wellmont Theatre in Montclair, New Jersey. That will sell sell out. Get your tickets for that. We have December 4 through 8, Caribbean Holidaze, or Mayan Holidaze. It's Mayan this year, right? Mayan Holidaze this year. And that is sold out, so it doesn't matter where it is, right? And then December 30 and 31, Fillmore, Philadelphia. We always sell out 30 and 31 on the New Year's tour. Sometimes we do 4-night New Year's tours, and you might not sell out the first night. We always sell out 30 and 31. So those tickets will all sell out. I would expect if you want to go to those shows, you should get the tickets right away. And I'll see you there. And hopefully River will not be at all those shows so that you can catch up to a baby in your show count. All right. So also, let's talk about Couch Tour TV. Couch Tour TV has been premiering artists from this year's Brooklyn Comes Alive at the Brooklyn Mirage show that the Biscuits headlined last month. It was incredible. It was great to play the Brooklyn Mirage. We will do a podcast show about the Brooklyn Mirage. We will do that show, and I will pronounce Mirage correctly on that show, and I'm not going to do it anytime before then. So, essentially, Couch Tour every night of the week. I guess Saturday night, is it? Is it Wednesday night? Yeah, it's Wednesday night. So that would explain why they were doing it tonight. So it's a Wednesday night in the studio here. We're getting the podcast. So tonight is the Motet. Last week was Break Science Live Band. You're going to find Disco Biscuits, Medeski Russo Harrington Trio. And these shows are all free for you on Couch Tour. So enjoy. Have a Wednesday night. Put it on before or after Survivor and enjoy your show and enjoy the Couch Tour site that we're all building together, successfully bringing you a lot of free music, plus doing a great job videoing all of the Biscuit shows and bringing you closer to your band, whether or not you can be at the show. And that's Couch Tour's whole game, is to get you more music, better music, live feeds of music that you would never be able to see. We will, just to jump, I'm jumping around a lot today, but I haven't done a podcast in a minute, so I'm not holding myself to the highest standards of broadcasting right now. As I was mentioning, Couch Tour TV has this ability to put music on your television. It's just going to get better. We're launching apps soon. More to be discussed in that area, but just to let you know, currently, at the moment, Couch Tour has a video on demand section that would allow you to rewatch a lot of the videos, and all the free videos are up there, and you can watch them all pretty much any time, right? So you can watch them Wednesday with everybody, but you can pretty much watch them whenever you want. So enjoy the Couch Tour stuff. We are making that whole thing together, and I'm really, really happy to be, building that with my team for all of you guys. I really like all the positive feedback we've gotten around the Couch Tour stuff, so thank you guys very much. More Couch Tour news in the coming months, and also we did video the Mish. So the sets that we're about to play you the Saturday night of the Mish, we did video at Silky, Sammy Silkworth, One Wheel Superstar, who does a ton of video work for the Biscuits and makes a lot of our Instagram posts, and he's just a whiz with the drone and a one wheel and a super camera. He's been on tour while the Supervoid team has been doing all the live streaming on Couch Tour, and Silky was saying, well, we need to record the Mish for, posterity, if you will. So we told them, definitely do it. We didn't want to broadcast from the Mish just because I kind of wanted to just go and play the Mish with River and relax and not have to do all the video stuff. It's hard to video from the Mish, and I just felt like, let's get the recording and we'll do a theatrical release on Couch Tour of the shows, all three sets, 4K, top quality audio, the whole thing. So we're going to do some incredible work with the Mish stuff. Tonight we're going to listen to the few of those jams and see what we think. Fan appreciation time. We want to thank you guys. You guys are being incredible with the band. Thank you for getting tickets and being a part of everything that we're doing, and just giving us the opportunity to make music for a living is quite an honor. And remember, you can always join the conversation with the Touchdowns All Day hashtag on Instagram and Facebook is at Touchdowns All Day, and Twitter is at TDAD Baby. All right, folks, so we are on our way. We have one sponsor of the podcast today. The podcast is being sponsored by KJL Hemp. That is a hemp and CBD THC product company. Check out their Instagram at KJL_compounds. On Facebook, they're KJLCBD, and their website is kjlcbd.com or kjlhemp.com. Personally, I enjoyed all the products that I got from KJL. I just want to say they sent me gummies, they sent me granola bears, crackers, they sent me tinctures, they sent me all sorts of stuff. And the packaging was legit, and the product is very legit. I was very happy with it. I think everything that I got was CBD, and it was very great and real relaxing. The Starbursty gummies that they have are great. So they have a whole story that you can get into this story. They had a son, he was having seizures. My mom just had a seizure the other day. So, seizures is a difficult thing to solve, and CBD does help. And marijuana does help. There's a lot of proof that it helps. And I think KJL started their company to also contribute to that. But the product is great. The recovery gel is amazing. It's Tiger Balm with weed on it type of thing, and it helps with lower back pain. Really nice stuff. So follow them for updates on their product. You can buy their product at many Colorado dispensaries, in Denver at Everbloom, the Giving Tree. It's available in Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Oklahoma, and there are also online orders, which I believe they're filling at kjlcbd.com. So we want to thank them for being a sponsor of the podcast. Hopefully they can send me some more of the Starburst gummies and the granola bars and some of the tincture and one of the other. There's a couple of things that are really good. So keep going, KJL. We love what you're doing over there. Thank you guys very much, and welcome to episode 40 and the return of the Touchdowns All Day podcast.
We're mass communicating. Mass communicating. Mass communicating.
You heard right, folks. Here we are back. Podcast episode 40, Touchdowns All Day with John Barber. Getting into it, we have the fabled return to Mishawaka to go through today. And besides that, things are pretty solid. We have these Vegas shows coming up, which who knows if this podcast will be out before those shows. I hope so. And the band is playing really well right now, so I'm excited about all the shows. I'm excited about Vegas. I'm excited about CAVErns. I'm excited about Holidaze. I'm excited about Philly on New Year's Eve. It's going to be a bunch of sold-out shows. It's definitely worth saying that this summer, with all the ups and downs of COVID, we played some really cool places this summer. I mean, those of you who went to a lot of shows this summer, we did some cool things together, didn't we? It was fun. We had a really cool summer. We played a baseball stadium in Atlanta. We played a tennis arena in New Haven, Connecticut. We played a bunch of cool properties. Like the place in Jersey was cool. The place in New Hampshire was cool. I was excited about it. I enjoyed this year. I enjoyed the, here we go. I enjoyed the new music, the new venues, the new creativity of the music business. I was good. We played The Man this summer. That was wild. We played Red Rocks a couple nights in a row, which was fun. That was a first for us. Just a couple nights in a row with Red Rocks. Enjoyed that. Great Colorado year. Some Mish and some Red Rocks in the same year is a great Colorado year. We have a Mission Ballroom set of shows coming next year. You didn't hear it here, but in April, you did not hear me say that either. All right, let's get into this jam. Look at this. All right, Biscuits, what are you doing? Where are we at right now? You can hear me laughing. It's always a good. It's my Oscar Peterson imitation right there. Wow. I don't even know what to say there. That was such a cool... Oh, here we are in Digital Buddha. All right, so it was perfect timing here to just hop on and talk about that. I mean, that was wild and very, very... I like to call that kind of jam like an ethereal jam. I also like to call that jam like atmospheric. And, you know, there was a moment in there where we were changing from one atmosphere to another atmosphere, and the keyboard line that Aaron came in with was just pure fire. Just such terrific work. And I don't know, I didn't realize we were so like locked in at that jam, but it feels very locked in. It feels very super spacey, super space disco, which is a good place for the Biscuits to be. You know, it's a good place for us. We like to do that spaced out, space disco-y, you know, everybody's in. Let's see if we keep up with that. Let's see where we're going here. It's a little more high energy. Let's see if we keep it space disco or go to heavy jam band land, or let's see what happens. I'm interested. right, so there I'm clearly trying to get the band to play the top of Digital Buddha because I think we're jamming into the top of Digital Buddha, but as you can hear, I'm wrong. And apparently we're jamming somewhere else. So that like tension in that last like bit we just listened to, we get that a lot in the jam band world. That is, I don't have a name for that. Maybe you guys want to hashtag touchdowns all day and give me a name for the jam where one band thinks the jam is going in one direction and the other members of the band think the jam is going in the other direction, and there is an inherent exciting and fun to listen to tension that's created by that. As you can see, we're resolving that not into Digital Buddha, we're resolving it into, it sounds like something altogether different. Let's give it a listen. All right, so we know where this is going. We made it to Humu. I love this jam, this wide open, like boom, bum, like hitting the same note over and over again. Alan bringing in some samples, some speaking samples in there is a different vibe for Biscuits, and I really liked it. I on stage, I was loving it, and it translates to great to tapes. I think this is a cool new idea. Maybe we give this type of jam a name. And it's almost like a chakra reset type of thing, whereas your body gets filled with a single frequency on the guitar, and there's all this cool stuff going on in the drums and the bass along with it. It's a little bit more of a flatter energy level that has, some, I don't know, whatever it becomes, it becomes. But this is a really cool example of it right here. So there we go. Humu Humu, hit the chorus. I really love that the way that built. When Aaron went to the piano there, it just really blew up for me, and I'm totally down with the way that sounds. I mean, that's honestly, there should be something for the jams when the improv does get to these moments of less energy and more of like, oh, this sounds like structured music right here. There's a melody, there's a chord progression, this sounds like structured music. We should have like a light that goes off when we achieve structured music, and then, I don't know, change keys, like go up a whole step, go up a fourth, like do some structured music stuff that might get a little bit of juice out of that squeeze. And I don't know, maybe it's not a great idea. Structured music, I don't even like the sound of it, honestly. Sorry, I apologize to my own podcast audience for using a word like structured. And structured water is not a real thing for those of you who drink structured water. Art, I was feeling that jam. What happened there? I think we were spending too much time thinking about all those key changes we were going through and not enough time really enjoying the amazing keyboard sounds that Aaron was pulling out and the really great vibes that we were creating there. I think we may have to redo that one. It was really good playing, felt great. But there's a lot of key changes occurring here to get to this B flat where we were nowhere near literally 2 minutes ago. So I think, sometimes the jams get a little mechanical, but I did like what we're going for. So let's see where we go here. I mean, this is some on the other side of the world jamming going on right here. This is some second set. Everybody's loose, feeling it. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this bad boy goes. And right on time, there's Digital Buddha again. So I am synchronized with the band from the Mish, even though I'm home cutting a podcast for y'all and, you know, taking a listen to the shows. Thanks, Wit, for letting us take the just the board sample output or whatever this was. So that was not what you're going to hear. Although it sounded pretty good to me. So, but I think they do a little bit of mixing and mastering before they put it up on Nugs and put it up on, you know, anywhere else where you might listen to it. Maybe Couch Tour, maybe Nugs, whatever. Maybe, I don't know, Spotify. Who knows where it ends up. YouTube. I don't know. There's so many options nowadays for things, places for stuff to end up. We like to put stuff everywhere. Just like our Touchdowns All Day podcast, which you can listen to anywhere the podcasts are found. Touchdowns All Day podcast is an Osiris Media production. Check it out on touchdownsallday.com. Use the Touchdowns All Day hashtag to talk to us. You know, it's been fun bringing the podcast back. We're going to try and do a couple this year before the year's up and then get on maybe a schedule next year that makes a lot of sense for everybody in a podcast perspective. But at the moment, we are coming out of the quarantine with the podcast still intact, ready to do some good stuff. A quick thank yous produced by Crunk Mike and Osiris Media, executive producer Dr. Vic Sobti, sound mixing Telescope Audio, design team is Matt Munns and Will Sozansky, website is Christian Cortez, photographers Dave Van Andrew, Blackstein, Sam Silkworth, Sean Gillis, and the street team is Nicole St. Jones, Jesse Boyer, Anna Lauren, Mike Walsh, Christopher Tyrell, Kendra Leesberg, and Richard Darrell. Special thanks to, of course, the Disco Biscuits. I am your host, John Barber. Have a shiny day.
We're mass communicating. We're mass communicating.